This is called the Try Not to Be Rich challenge. Now, of course, in the Try Not to Laugh challenge, you are trying not to laugh. And the challenge is that they present things that are funny and you try and resist laughing. So I'm going to give you scenarios, and each scenario I want to ask you to try to be rich, try not to be rich. We'll figure it out. This is the first time I'm making this video. So here it is. On the table, I say you can have $1 million. So that's the premise. I'm going to give you $1 million. But on the other side, on my right hand, there is a list. And here's the list. And I want to ask you, at what point do you refuse the $1 million? So let's go through the scenarios, or the list. I give you the $1 million, but you have to agree that you will work 16 hours a day, and that's every day. 16 hours every day. Next list item. I'll give you $1 million, and these are all built on each other, so already you have the 16 hours a day, right? The next criteria. You have to work every day of the year. No birthdays, no holidays, doesn't matter. Every day of the year. You get the $1 million if you agree to work 16 hours a day and every day of the year. No Sundays, no going to church. Child is sick, I don't care. Little girl's dance recital, I don't care. Every day. Next criteria. You have to have 3 children. 3, count them 3. Or more. 16 hours a day, every day. Can't miss it, not a day, for there is no excuse. And they have to have 3 children or more. That means 3 times you have to miss all birthdays during the year. 3 times you have to miss their first walk, their first words, graduation from kindergarten, from middle school, from high school, from college. Next item on the list. You are never home when your children are awake. So the schedule has to be, you leave the house before they're awake, you get home after they've gone to bed. And you're a good parent. You're not going to go wake them up. You're not going to open up the door and kiss them. None of that stuff. Next item on the list. You have to be married, and your wife has the same exact schedule as you. Your children will not see you nor your wife. I'm assuming you're a man, right? That's the only way you can have children of your own. This is not a political video. So your wife has your same exact schedule. She doesn't see the children either. You have a gardener. You have a maid. You have a chauffeur that washes the car and takes care of the car. You have the groomers for your pets that come once a week. Next item on the list. You never take vacation. Kind of goes without saying, but I wanted to reiterate. You never take vacation. You never go on holidays. Nothing. You don't observe anything. You can make all the promises of what, I'll get you something, blah, 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 blah. You don't have time to go shopping. I mean, thank God for cell phones that you could order stuff online and have it delivered, right? You can deliver pizza to your house for the kids to eat, right? You can have a nanny and all that sort of stuff. Somebody to watch over the house. You can have security watch the house. The whole 9 yards. But you yourself are not there. Last criteria. You are sometimes gone for 6 months at a time. That means you work 16 hours a day, but you're completely gone out of the country for 6 months at a stretch. And this happens at least every 2 years. So you miss whole periods of your home life. And this goes for your wife too. And you're separated from each other 6 months at a time at a stretch. All right. Did any of you all say no? You wouldn't take the $1 million? Here's the final criteria. I forgot to mention this. 90% of the $1 million are in income producing assets. They are not liquid cash. So I just snatched up the $1 million. Poof, it disappeared. And now I hand you stock, shares, bonds. There you go. Your net worth is $1 million. You don't have $1 million. So this $1 million, you can't access it. You can never access it. You're a millionaire on paper. While you might not understand this, there are a lot of people who are a millionaire or even a billionaire on paper. Guess what? If something happens to the stock market, you're wiped out. Now, would you still take the deal? Then you have to have all of those criteria. Leave your answer below. And if you think I made this stuff up and this is a fantasy and nobody lives like that, oh, plenty of people do. So a lot of people are jealous of the quote-unquote rich. This is what they go through. They open up a new store, they have to be gone for 6 months at a time sometimes. They prepare the store. They get the location. They set up the location. They train all the staff. They train the managers. 6 months at a time. And I'm being generous. 6 months, sometimes it could be a year. In reality, it could be a year. They want to prepare a new location. Sure, it makes them richer eventually, and there's no guarantee on that. How about that one? There's no guarantee that the new location is going to be a hit. It can be very well a miss. I want to pull the curtain, just pull the curtain from, to show you the wizard. This is what the news is not telling you. These people talking about the rich are this and the rich are that. This is the rich, and this is super rich. You can be rich and make only $300,000 a year. On paper, you could be worth $20 million. But in reality, your income is about $300,000 a year. Now you can live off of $300,000. Now, let me ask you this. How stressed out would you be if you were a millionaire only on paper? That means you're heavily invested in the stock market. How stressed are you? Rich people have stresses, and their stresses probably are more important. Why? Why is he gone for 6 months? He's setting up a new location. What's at that new location? Employees. Families depended on the rich guy to make sure and certain that the business is going to be a success. Because if the business is not a success, there goes their family. And a lot of times, working class people have no option B, no plan B. They don't have another option. They are all in, right? Some of you listening to me have told me that you don't have other options. You're all in. We're hiring. Okay, here we go. All right, boss. I hope this does well. And a lot of times the employees have no clue that they are an important part of the business, and so they let their own drama come to work, or they don't have no clue whatsoever that literally the doors could close because they have a bad attitude with the right customer or the wrong customer. Business shuts down because they have a bad attitude, and Shaniqua is not giving them none, or whatever the deal is. Now, at what point do you say, no, you can keep that $1 million. I'll do it on my own. I'll work my life the way I want to work my life. But you want to know what? There are a million ways to become a millionaire. So I'll make more of these try not to be rich video. Tell me what you think. Bye-bye. Leave a like.